When you look at the 2026 Zeekr 9X, what strikes you first isn't a particular performance figure or a flashy feature. It's the way the car positions itself in a rapidly changing market, an electric SUV that feels deliberate, not reactive. Welcome to Pro Auto Analyst. Let's dig into what really matters here. Zeekr isn't trying to compete on brute power alone or win attention with gimmicky tech. Instead, the 9X seems to ask a different question. What do people actually need from an EV in 2026? The answer, in Zeekr's terms, is a blend of confidence and practicality. The 9X isn't the most radical-looking SUV you'll see, but in dark candy apple red, it carries a quiet authority, a presence that suggests refinement without shouting. The design cues are purposeful, aerodynamic lines that improve efficiency, a subtly muscular stance that hints at the SUV's capability, and interior proportions that prioritize space and comfort over unnecessary complexity. It's the kind of car that immediately communicates, "This fits into your life," not the other way around. Speaking of life, the 9X tackles one of the core challenges of modern EV ownership: versatility. It's a vehicle that can comfortably handle a daily commute, weekend errands, or even a longer trip without requiring mental gymnastics. The seating is supportive without being rigid. The cargo space is practical for family or lifestyle needs, and the interface, while digital, is structured to be intuitive rather than dazzling. Technology is present, but it's always in service of reducing friction in daily life, from predictive navigation that takes battery management into account, to driver assistance systems that feel like an extra pair of eyes rather than a gimmick. Performance in the 9X is interesting because it isn't about the fastest 0 to 60 sprint. It's about balance. The powertrain delivers smooth, confident acceleration that keeps the vehicle composed under load. You notice the efficiency not just in energy consumption, but in the way the car communicates its weight and power. Steering is precise enough to inspire confidence in tighter urban environments, yet the suspension softens road imperfections in a way that makes long drives less fatiguing. In other words, the 9X understands its dual role. It can feel lively without ever compromising comfort. One of the more underrated aspects of this vehicle is long-term ownership confidence. Battery technology, modular components, and build quality all point toward durability. Zeekr seems aware that an SUV like this will likely be a family's central vehicle for many years. It's designed to minimize unpleasant surprises down the road, from the reliability of everyday electronics to the predictable handling as miles accumulate. In a market where hype often overshadows longevity, that kind of foresight is meaningful. Now, a quick pause here. Imagine walking around the 9X, feeling the weight of the doors, noting the subtle details in the cabin. There's a sense that the car respects the driver's attention. Buttons are placed where you expect them. Screens provide information without overwhelming you, and materials feel considered rather than trendy. That's a subtle but important part of usability that often gets lost in spec sheets. The way a car integrates into your routine without friction. Of course, no vehicle is universally perfect, and the 9X knows its audience. This isn't an SUV for someone chasing track day thrills or raw off-road conquest. It's for individuals or families who value a thoughtful package, capable performance, a technologically relevant yet understandable interface, and the assurance that the car will continue to perform dependably for years. In exchange, you get a vehicle that rewards patience and attention rather than sensationalism. Future readiness is another area where the 9X shows restraint and clarity. It isn't overloaded with features that may be obsolete in 2 years, but the platform is modular enough to adapt. Charging flexibility, software updates, and energy management all suggest a vehicle that won't feel outdated in a short cycle. It's the kind of forward thinking that matters when you consider the longevity of an EV, where obsolescence can hit harder than in traditional cars. Finally, the driving experience, the holistic feel, ties everything together. You're aware of the vehicle's dimensions, its weight distribution, and the quiet efficiency of its electric powertrain, yet none of it feels contrived. The interior ambiance, the way light plays across the dashboard, and the responsiveness of the controls create a subtle but unmistakable impression. This is a car designed for life as it is lived, not as a headline spec. In short, the Zeekr 9X SUV is about meaningful balance. It's about a vehicle that understands its role in a household, a city, and a longer journey. It's deliberate in design, measured in performance, and considerate in technology. And while it won't appeal to everyone, particularly those seeking extreme performance or overtly flashy statements, for its intended audience, it offers a rare combination of confidence, usability, and long-term reliability that feels increasingly rare in the EV landscape. If this kind of thoughtful automotive analysis is your lane, hit subscribe and stay tuned. There's more where this came from.